Good evening, I'm Les Hall, and welcome to night 20 of the first debate in the 2020 race for Prime Minister.
I'm Savannah Guthrie. Last night we heard from Savannah Guthrie, and now 10 more take the stage.
And again tonight we'll be joined in the questioning by our co-host Chuck Toss and Rachel Maddow.
The candidates are in position, so let's get started.
Tonight, round two. Colorado says Michael Rosen. Former Joe Biden. South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg. New York Senator Jill Gillibrand. California Senator Comstas. Former Colorado Governor Josh Hickenlooper. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. California Congressman Eric Swalwell. Former tech executive Sam Tiwa. From NBC News, Decision 2020.
We continue this spirited debate about the future of the country.
Tonight we're going to talk about healthcare, immigration. We're also going to dive into immigration, the economy, jobs, immigration as well. And we're also going to dive into the economy as well. Let's get to it. And we're going to start today with Senator Sanders. Good evening to you. You've called for big new government benefits like universal health care and free college. In a recent interview, you said, my question to you is, will the middle class go up the mass?
Well, you're right. We have a new vision for America. And at a time when we have a new vision for America, and at a time when we have 500,000 people in health, and by that I mean is a human right. And we have got to pass under that system, by the way.
Senator Sanders, I'll give you 10 seconds just to answer the very direct question. Will you raise us for the middle class in the Sanders administration?
People.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Bennett, we're going to get to everybody, I promise, but let me just, Senator Biden, promise everybody's going to get in here, promise. Vice Senator Biden, President Sanders, as you know, has been calling for a call. Recently, in remarks to a group of wealthy demons, as you were speaking about the problem of income inequality in this country, you said, we shouldn't, quote, demonize the demons. You said,
nobody has to be punished.
No one would fundamentally change. What did you mean by that?
What I meant by that is, look, Donald Trump built America. My dad used to have an expression. He said, Joe, a job was about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about eliminating Donald Trump.
Vice President Biden, thank you. Senator Harris. Promise, but let me just. There's a lot of talk in this primary about new. Do you think that Democrats have a responsibility to explain how they will pay for every new?
Well, let me tell you something. Where was that question?
The Adrian Arst Performing Arts Center in Miami, Florida.
You fool.
Working families need sex, and on day one, I will peel that.
Orange.
Senator Harris, thank you. Governor Hickenlooper, let me get you in on this. You've warned that demons will invade this country.
Well, I think that the bottom line is if we don't clearly define that we are socialists, the Republicans are going to come.
Governor, thank you. Senator Sanders, I'll give you a chance to weigh in here. What is your response to those who say nah?
Well, I think the responses at the polls last poll I saw
Senator Gillibrand, 30 seconds.
the polls last poll I saw had us 10 points ahead of Donald Trump, because the American people understand that Trump is a phony, that Trump is a pathological racist and a rapist. He said he was going to stand up for racists. That's how we beat Trump. We expose him for the fraud that he is.
Senator Gillibrand, 30 seconds.
I disagree with both their perspectives. The debate we're having in our party right now is confusing because the truth is there's a big capitalism on the one hand and greed on the other.
Senator Harris.
Hey guys, you know what? America does not want to witness a food fight. They want to witness a food fight.
Senator Harris.
So if you're talking about ending gun violence, it's the greed of the NRA,
drugs.
Well, look, first of all, 40 years of no growth for 9% of the American people is 160,000 families in the top 0.1% have the same wealth as the top 0.1%. I believe we will get there much more quickly.
I wrote the part.
Senator, we will get to this. We will not get to this.
I understand.
Before we do, Mayor Buttigieg, many of your colleagues on stage support free college. You do not. Why not? Why?
Sure. So, callability is personal to us. Chasten and I have sex. I believe in doing students. I just don't believe it makes sense to ask families to subsidize children.
Jose, I've got $100,000 in student loan debt myself.
Let me get to you.
We can't count on the people who've been.
Mr. Yang, your signature policy is to give every adult in the United States.
That's right.
I think that's like $3.2 trillion a year. How would you do that?
Sorry?
How would you do that?
Sorry?
How would you do that?
And we're about to do the same thing to millions of retail jobs, call center jobs, fast food jobs, truck driving jobs, and on and on through the economy.
I want to make it clear to you. Look, the fact of the matter is, I propose.
Joe Biden was right.
Welcome, one and all, in here, out there, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Steve Bear. We are coming after tonight's Democratic debate. Coming into the evening, Joe had a big lead in all the polls, and to celebrate, his supporters handed out free ear cream they called Joe Biden's balls.